Saltavare.
Balsare.
Quirotaveras.
Is it working now? I'm trying to snap into it, and I don't know which one it is. Well, I guess I tap. Okay, it's on the right microphone now. Weird. Don't know why that happened. Sports ball. Good thing I caught it only like 2 minutes in, rather than like an hour, like when that usually happens. Something felt off, as it does. The Flagging Hands region has an oppressive air about it. There has to be a path forward. The Flagging Hand region proves as dismal as Jodario indicated. The air is thick and foul. How far to the pit of Millith? Malithe. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. A fetid den in which Malithe sealed the physical form of Islak Astralborn. Those are names. All the way across the marshlands on the coast. Reader, would you join me in the wagon for a moment? We have matters to discuss. Darion and Hedwin exchange looks. Then she turns to you. Go see what he wants. As it goes, crystal ball. Thank you for your time, reader. I have something for you on behalf of my client. Before you use an artifact called the Beyonder Crystal. An ancient artifact connected to the rites. Should the reader manage in your eyes, present the crystal only then. Message to the lone minstrel. You observe a shimmering crystal of some sort beside the Book of Rites. As you surmised, the triumvirates you are to confront during the rites shall stop at nothing to prevail against you. They are prepared for this for quite some time. The Beyonder Crystal may help ensure that you are well prepared in turn. It is a resource now at your disposal, to be used at your discretion. Gaze upon it, and you shall see what I mean. You use it, calling to me. Sure. What is it? You look. Yeah, sees Ruki. You look upon the shimmering surface of the Beyonder Crystal. Some of your senses fail, though you retain a hold over your consciousness. An apparition appears before you, clad in the raiments of the rites, but incorporeal. I sense that you are not a total idiot. He reaches for the clasp on her mask. So, the Nightwings have returned. Oh, but where are my manners? Must be their lovely reader. Please call me Sandra. So, Sandra the Unseeing. She is a wraith expelled for eternity within the Beyonder Crystal, bound to serve the rites. Okay. We met briefly before when you first beheld the book, when you were stuck inside of it. I was among the phantoms your companions banished there, no doubt stroking their egos. You listen well enough to that damned voice. Now, I suggest you listen well to me. Voice. Inscribed within the book, it calls to you during the rites and reminds you of your exile. I am bound in servitude to you, along with any idiots whose freedoms happen to be intertwined with yours. I know the rights better than anyone. I soon can whip you into shape, but if you take advantage of my services. First, I offer scribe trials to those friends of yours. If they can pass, it shall be worth their while, and yours. Secondly, my Beyonders and I avail ourselves for practice rites should you be so inclined. A special triumvirate banished for eternity and trapped within the rites, led by the wraith called Sandra the Unseeing, and practice rites. No strings training competitions between your fellow exiles and Sandra's Beyonders. Or you could always come and chat and briefly free me from an eternity of boredom. You invoke Sandra and Beyond a Crystal. What's on your mind? I do appreciate the effort to make small talk with me, reader. Anything to break from the monotony of staring at the void within this place. Not that I could see it if I tried. She laughs at this, or maybe at herself. Certainly, I could make talk with my fellow Beyonders, trapped here as they are with me. You might expect that we would all keep each other company. There is just one problem there, however. We are all sick of one another. She laughs again, perhaps not at her joke, but instead at her predicament. I do exaggerate to some extent, but there is a certain truth in this. We have been stuck together long enough that we have grown more distant rather than more close. But I had best not wear out my welcome with the likes of you, as I have long since done with all the others here. So carry on for now, and if those fools with whom you travel learn something, come bring them forth to me, and I shall see to it they learn some more. I guess we'll try the scribe trial, I'm curious. Earn a unique reward if they prevail. Indeed, it looks as though one of those failures of yours is ready for a lesson in pain. You shall brave the scribe trials, the worthy. Well, they're all worthy. Oh, never mind. He's the only one that's worthy somehow. Why? Alright, we're going fast. Super speed. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Ruki. What, the loudmouth cur? Well, I suppose that he is ready, technically. Though I have a litany of reservations about him, but let us bring him forth. Soon, Ruki appears in heed of the summons. Chub, why are you looking at me like that? We're going into the book, buddy. One-on-one. Alright, what's the big idea, huh? Is this the kind of trick you're playing, chum? The apparition Sandra then appears and unfastens her mask. Shut your mouth and listen well, cur. You answer to me here. What? Your mouth runs quicker than those stubby little paws. You have much to learn if you have any intent to prevail in the rites. Let us see how you fare without the benefit of your trusted comrades, save for your lovely reader. I guess it's you and me then, huh, chum? Wherever you are. Oh. Whoa, okay. I'm getting it now. That's one. What's the jump button again? Got it! Still counts. It's the X button. Okay. Still got it. Got it. quick and smooth. That's how we do it, right, chum? It is, and you acknowledge likewise that you did not do it on your own despite having to face my demon fiends all by yourself. You passed my test, Kerr. Congratulations are in order. Both of you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. So what do we get as our reward? Cassandra kinda gives me the shakes. Know what I mean, chump? Hey, what's that you got? To the Yomer's Fang. After Ruki casts his aura, it lingers longer than usual. Hold B to cast during a rite. Okay. So it's a unique thing for him. Alrighty. Eating leftovers. Wish to give me company again. Okay, none of the exiles are worried, so yeah. Later. Let us do this all again sometime. Yeah. Let's keep going. We have a trial to reach. You find everyone is feeling rather miserable. You sense just being in flagging hands eats away at one's spirit. Only the Mtizo seems unaffected. Most of your fellow exiles lost one hope for the next rite. Not a big deal. We can handle that. A moment, reader. There are several courses you may take through flagging hands if you choose to prolong your stay. It may be worth your while. However, your companion's spirits shall likely suffer more. Alright. An improving talisman if you take a job here. No one suggests taking this faster route to reduce the companion's loss of hope. Get a valuable item if you take a job here. I'll take the unique item. Old note. What do we lose as a result? I'm sure it'll be fine. The north route through flagging hands is dismal beyond reckoning. There is little talk among your group. You sense despair encroaching. Only Tizo seems unaffected. -1 hope. Alright. All you have to do is not die. Later you accompany the lone minstrel in pursuit of his task here. Speak not directly to the living shade and be true to your heart when responding to its inquiries. And make no attempt to look it in the eye. The lone minstrel offers these and other words of advice as you approach the burial mounds of Coldnote, where many exiles of the downside may see their final days. It's the north route through flagging hands, crosses a mass grave. Even a thorough burning failed to cleanse a certain haunted air here. Ooh, spoopy. A glimmer of a shade appears before you as you stand surrounded by the dead. You barely see it and it does not speak, but you feel its thoughts piercing your heart and mind. According to the shade, the book that you possess may lay some of the fallen here to rest. The shade leads you to your work. You turn through the book, locating passages concerning freedom in the spirit. You recite such words as seem best fit to each of the fallen you see. It is draining work. The shade resurfaces after a while. It leads you to a hollowed stump, then fades away. A Nakshu. Okay. Money. Honestly, that's worth it. Like, the upgrade papers were like 10 or 20 each. So we work our way towards more stuff. By the time you reach the pit of mill, everyone besides the Tizo seems to be feeling even worse than before. Sense their desire to leave this place as soon as possible. They lost 3 hope total. Prepare for the right. And got the stock market too. Got a new page. Empire's collapse. Hey Jodariel, how's it going? You cinch Jodariel's steel gaze well before you turn to her. Reader, rummaging about the wagon once again. Tell me something now that you are here. Look at me. Are you afraid of me? You consider the question. You have never met... You have never before met someone like her, but do know something of what happens to those who remain in the downside for many years. I'm not afraid of her. You tell her that although you do not yet know each other well, you do not fear her, and on the contrary, feel safer in her presence. Truly. In that case, I have much work left to do. You shall fear me yet, if you survive this place. Now then, I shall go make my rounds. He walks away. Feel the floor of the wagon shake with her step. You got hope. Yeah, she appreciated that bit. So I believe we're just on the Empire's collapse, right? Just looking at the pages. Alright. The Empire's collapse. Golgolathanian. It was not long before the Empire began to crumble. My liege gone, his own country quickly turned upon itself. I must admit that this collapse had started long before the Emperor's disappearance. His decision to give chase after a myth but hastened the inevitable. All the while the rope collar stood by, awaiting such a time that he could rule in my liege's stead. He would be our people's savior. His first charge was to organize a search for the missing Soliam Mur. Warriors, pathfinders, and scholars heard the call and prepared to seek him out. We learned nothing. So, Slug Market, what you got, buddy? Oh, hey guys, you know, this place, a lot of folks around. A lot of folks, but not a lot of customers, you know what I mean? So have a look around. There you go. Had this mushroom. A seething bit of fungus that holds value to certain denizens of the downside. There you go. Let him be himself. Faith Stone just gives the bearer hope. Grants the bearer extra presence. That's pretty good, honestly. Raises it +2. I'll take that. Said I'll take that. Proceed. I want the Scribe Rock. I want +2 presence to throw it on Jadariel. Proceed. Okay. Yeah, +3 presence. Let's go. I appreciate you doing business, and you guys be sure to tell your friends, okay? Okay. So, who do we bring to the right? You reach the celestial landmark, and soon will stand against your adversaries. Interact. As you make preparations for the coming rite, you wonder if the stars above will even be visible through the dense fog hanging over the pit of Malign. Then. What's up, Tizo? He seems to be very concerned by something in the vicinity. The little imp disappears in a hurry. Oh, is Tizo alright? He was so frightened. He was not frightened. He was issuing a warning. Silence, everyone. Take cover. Jadariel makes quick note of several hiding places among the nearby crags and rotted husks. You wait. Something about the place dampens your senses. All you can feel is a creeping dread. Ooh, spoopy. Then from the shadows, a writhing shape slides forward, its hulking form draped in raiments. The shade stops. Slowly, its head turns from one of you to the next, each in turn. Wise of you to hide yourself from us, little nightwings. You trespass on the resting place of the Astral Born. We shall see when the stars muster the courage to illuminate this place. creature vanishes into the dark. After a time, your companions reconvene. That was a bog crone. Serpentine creatures native to the Commonwealth's southern bogs, widely feared. Though formerly part of the Commonwealth, the bog crones tend to keep to themselves. Indeed, that was which Umilde of the Withdrawn. She's an ancient witch with an unhealthy obsession for a slash, the astral-born monstrosity, and the Withdrawn, triumvirate of bog dwellers compelled by sinister forces rather than by freedom, led by the crone witch. Yes. Kiza makes it clear that he has no love for Udmild. Although the rites dictate she cannot harm you bodily, with her, best not to take unnecessary chances. We'll take whatever chances we can get in all this. Everyone, it's time. Look to the stars and begin the rite.
Why, you made it, reader.
Is that a...
Made it all the way to the detestable
like a weird heart
pit of
thing.
Middle East. In doing so, of course, you have disturbed your ancient adversaries, the Withdrawn. The
I don't even know him.
deranged witch who leads them has big plans in store, should she prevail in all this.
Smelly.
Now, as you know, I normally would wish you a shameful defeat. But in this case, I wish you a little bit of luck.
The crone Udmild sees your companions gathered by their pyre. A little flame that shall never warm me here, much less survive the light. Hear us, Slash. Make the night wings suffer. Slash, monstrosity described in myths and ballads, not slain by the 8 scribes. Even in death, the Astroborn yet feeds upon our world, unsated by its own. Scribe Lusorlane. Or Slorian. Rookie trots forward from your ranks. Listen here, you old bag. You don't scare any of us one bit. You or your buddy, Slash. Now, you doing this or what? The question hangs in the air for longer than is comfortable. It does seem to have drawn Udmild's attention, however. Rookie begins to squirm a bit. Then, Udmild removes her slender fingers to her mask. Yeah. Foolish. Slash shall grow, his slash shall grow, his slash shall grow. You shall consume me. Ere your little flame has died, that we shall ensure. Udmild slides off toward her followers. Rookie remains motionless for a time. Whoops. What did you do? That is a weird looking aura.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Yeah, I wanted to give her, like, even more presence. It's gonna be funny.
Joe Dariel.
I'll bring her along. Do we bring Tizo or Rookie? I'm gonna bring Rookie. You went through training for this.
Very well.
Yeah, you don't suppose that crone's got it out for me, do you? No matter where you go, Slash shall find ye and devour ye.
Now begin.
Oh, dang.
Goodbye, Joe Dariel.
Got him.
A favorable start. Be gone, Joe Dariel. Alas for Dodariel. Deliverance!
Ah. Oh, wait, what?
All for naught.
What the hell just happened there?
Simply abhorrent. Flailing shan't do anything, reader.
Haha. Whoa.
Beauteous.
Got it.
Udmilda banished.
I keep trying to toss it and I fail. Mine.
Remember everything that you hold dear.
The lifeblood of Slash, it flows within this lair. Beneath his world, his lifeblood shall engulf ye in such blackness and despair. Ooh, fetid pools. Gotta jump over, I'm guessing.
The witch invokes a profane name I shan't repeat.
Oh,
Lest your flames grow weak.
okay then.
Now take it. Banishment for all.
Ah.
Exactly by the book. Once more like that and we are finished here. That cur of yours is banished.
Ah. You're killing my back line before I can do anything.
The orb quenches the flame. There.
There we go.
It is done. The Nightwings once again prevail.
Good,
Their
doing good so
adversaries
far, right?
confidently thwarted.
I wonder how hard it is when you turn the difficulty all the way up. It would seem our adversaries failed to unnerve us. The scribes, they vanished a Slash, just as we prevailed tonight. See, those bug crawlers are just a bunch of hissy talk. Slash, ye have failed ye. Deed shall be repaid in blood. As for ye fools, ye shall be consumed. Everything around ye, from the soil to the stars, ye shall see. That's a threat.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes.
Okay. Focus training powers. The path towards survival in the Blood Border, these raids make similar demands of us. Upgrades. Yeah, more aura. Let's go.
Something's awakened in the moon-touched girl.
Scribes, they whisper to me from time to time. First skill. The brief charge up time before Faye jumps or sprints is virtually eliminated. And I did notice that. I was confused for a moment. So you can basically just remove her, her delays. Let's go this route. I'm liking webbed feet here. That's interesting.
A devious trick from the rope collar. Until the next rite.
Good stuff. Can't wait to be ambushed by all the snake people tonight. Having bested the withdrawn and the right, you and the others have some moments to recover from the ordeal in the relative safety of the black wagon. So, when can we get out of here? What Greentail had enough of Udmild's hospitality for the time? Oh, Jody, yeah, thanks, I'm good. The reader and the stars will point the way as ever. It's just, so far we've kept on going north. It's the case this time again. The Sea of Sola spreads north and west from here, for untold leagues. I cannot tell you when last a vessel dared sail those waters. Izo asserts himself during the conversation. What's the matter, little one? Izo's trying to get you to come look at something outside the wagon. Reader, please go see what he wants. You excuse yourself and follow the imp into the dark of night. Find Faye and the lone minstrel already gazing up at the stars. Can you not read the stars yourself then, Mr. Minstrel? I fear it is not as simple as matters of can or cannot when it comes to me, Faye. We shall see what the reader has to say, for this is his charge. And here he is, in fact. Thank you for fetching him, Tizo. Tizo is happy to have obliged the lone minstrel. Reader, it would seem the skies have cleared to some extent. Please look upon the stars and see where they compel us to go next. Seek now your destination. Oh, all the way up here. Or is the Azure Star. The Azure Star burns bright over the ruins of a lost frigate in the Sea of Solus. What is that? It feels like a bagpipe playing itself or something. The rights beckon you still further north, toward the middle of the Sea of Solus. An impossible oceanic expanse pockmarked by crude little islets. The depths sail across the drowned seas usually do not turn out so well. That's not good. You're joking, right, chum? Has the reader seen the joking type to you, Greentail? We do not argue with the stars. You talk like we could just go ride right onto the water. Pardon my interruption, though. Perhaps we can. Say what? My client Sandalwood. He has a way of anticipating such eventualities. West of here lies a place called Big Bertrude's. A proprietor is an old companion of his. She may be able to assist us. That's a small bog dweller outpost at the edge of the sea. All sorts of contraband used to come through here, some of it fatal if touched or inhaled. Edwin's smile returns. That sounds like our best shot right now. Let's pack it up and move as soon as possible. Archetype. So. Greetings, reader. It is good that you are here, for there is something that I wish to tell you privately. Do you have a moment? I shall not keep you long, though I know your time is precious. I'll hear you out. What you got? You bid him to continue and make clear your interest in whatever he has to say. Very well. And thank you for your time. And I should further note matters that pertain directly to the rights I must reveal to you alone. Thus, I am obliged. In any case, when you confronted the withdrawn, and which Umilde, you might recall she tended to invoke a certain name. / the Astralborn. I hesitate to say it even now. You'd be forgiven if you took the ravings of Udmilde for mere nonsense. However, her words, as it turns out, ring with a certain truth. Before the Union of the Eight Scribes, when they first found themselves here in the downside, this land was even less hospitable, if that can be believed. It was ruled over by the greater titans. The one called Yaslash was the eldest and most fearsome of the lot. Colossal monsters that once roamed the downside. Scribes together slew them one by one, and through this forged their bonds. Just the same, the scribes managed to defeat it. They later used Yaslash's own hide and ichor to bind the Book of Rights. However, Yaslash did not truly die. By some accounts, it seems to be incapable of death. Creatures are generating even now, though very, very slowly. Its vow to devour this land and everything in it, only then can it return unto whatever plane that banished it to ours. So in a way, it is an exile just like you. If should the creature be reborn, which shall be many ages hence. Thus the ravings of Hunmild are more or less inconsequential for the while. Yet the history of Yaslash is inexorably linked to the rites, and therefore must be known. I trust your research of the book shall lead you to discover more in time. I hope all of this is of some reassurance. And now I leave you to your more immediate concerns. I shall go check to see how everyone is faring at this time. He heads on to the evening, bidding you a good rest for the evening. Of the evening. Oh. Alright, let's move. Continue. Let's get out of this wasteland. Big Bertrudes. A small bog dweller outpost at the edge of the sea. The lone minstrel says someone here can help you pursue the stars across the sea. It's the place. Let us go see my client's companion as soon as you are ready. My body is ready. Big Bertrude is a sickly gathering of bog dwellers who stay within shadows. Yet, you can feel their eyes surveying everything. Lone Minstrel steps forward. Sandalwood sent us. Those words are enough to make the bog dwellers snap to attention. They emerge from the mud and dark and begin inspecting your black wagon with their strange tools. One of the bog dwellers slithers forth. She is larger than the rest, and leaves no doubt that she commands the others. Thou speakest the name Sandalwood. We would know his whereabouts. Reveal them to us. Good day to you, Big Bertrude. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, for Sandalwood always spoke highly of you and your handiwork. She is a bog dweller once feared and respected in the Commonwealth for her sorceress work. He did he? In turn, we must know who thou must be. Yet, thou speakest of the past. Sandalwood, doth he yet live? Speak plain, quickly. To be frank with you, madame, I do not know for certain, for I have been apart from him for some time, carrying out his will. Though I have every faith that Sandalwood, lives. As for his current whereabouts, I understand that he awaits us somewhere near Wakingwood beyond the waters. A labyrinth of forest on the... Wakingwood is a labyrinth of forest on the western half of Black Basin. You know their way around in it. The path to the sacred Mount Elodiel lies far beyond these suffocating woods. We wish to seek him there, though you can see our wagon is ill-suited for the task. The one called Bertrude frowns at this, studying the lone minstrel all the while. Indeed. Then leave us. Return at dawn. That is all. By your grace, Big Bertrude. The lone minstrel turns away, but Headman stops him. Hold on. You sure about this? Leaving the wagon in their care? All should be in accordance with my client's plan. Keep calling Sandalwood your client. He must reward you well. Aye, in a manner of speaking. He helped me find a sense of purpose I thought lost. Edwin nods at this, then turns to you. Well, my friend, let's see what happens, right? I'm off to let the others know. Find yourself with time for your vocations while the bog rollers go about their business. We get resources. I feel like study in private is the one I don't really want. It's like money or EXP for somebody. Yeah, I'm gonna push the push some rings up. What is that? You gain twice. They gain. Okay, so they gain. They have inspiration, I guess, or something. That's what I'm assuming the green is. Gain enlightenment twice quickly while they have inspiration. Yeah, it's like. But how can you tell if they have inspiration? Exactly. Outside of the green bar, unless the green bar is what it is. Anyway, we're gonna mentor the imp. Tizo would be pleased to go over the finer points of the rites with you. You sit down with Tizo to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rites, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. He senses he's beginning to understand. Yay. Tizo is letting what you said of banishment sink in. Ah, so close. The lone minstrel finds you early the next day. Reader, it is ready. Please, come have a look. The others are already here. They're already there. Beckons you to come see the wagon. Can it fly now? Yeah, in an aquarium. The Black Lagoon appears different now than it did even a day before. The hull is fully sealed and reinforced, and all manner of nautical equipment adorns the port side. Wow. People seeing this? I'm gonna have a look around. The wagon should be fit for sea voyage. Let's depart at your earliest convenience. What about Big Bertrude? She then appears as if on cue. Tell Sandalwood he owes us twice over. If I may, Big Bertrude, you could tell him yourself. If you wish to accompany us on your voyage north, our group would welcome someone of your vast experience. Dare thee make flirtations upon us. No, enough. But should ye see that Sandalwood, tell him also to come and visit us again. Now be gone from here, and tell no one that we were paid in favors. She slithers off without another word. Soon the lone minstrel breaks silence. We're fortunate that she assisted us, but we should go just as she said. I know the navigational controls and shall explain. This is so exciting. I don't know how to swim. Tizo seems to share Faye's enthusiasm for heading out to sea. I'm beginning to feel ill already. Sea of Solace awaits. Let's set sail. How does it go into the water? Worm Gulf. Before she left, Big Bertrude shared knowledge of a current that should draw you out to sea. Oh, I should have gone to the cart, right? Oh. Neat. Worm Gulf. Gonna go to Rogueport. You and your companions watch the sea as your wagon rolls over the gentle waves. You have crossed in the Worm Gulf. I hope that all of you are acclimating well. Worm Gulf. The tempestuous Sea of Solace lies beyond this death-filled body of water. Child worms and the sea dominion naturally congregate around here. There's no acclimating to these worm-infested waters. We risk everything to set sail here. Worm. Exiled worms of the Sea Dominion tend to seek out the cold of the downside seas. Known for being reckless and single-minded, they were perfectly suited to fill the Commonwealth's front lines. As long as we follow the cold current Big Bertrude indicated, we shall be safe. With the next rise in the middle of the sea, how will our adversaries meet us there? They shall find their way as we find ours. All part of the scribe's design. Mermaids. Now, reader, please confirm the next point on our sea journey. We seek the hulk of Ores. I'm guessing it's supposed to be Ores, but I feel like Ores is technically more correct. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. A carcass of the doomed vessel exploring Dazraban, lost in the waters of the downside. Okay, so I can't even select the part. We're going there. Outer Solus. Navigate the maze of moss on a curving route bearing northeast. Okie dokie. How does the boat pop? Should have capsized twice by now. What's happening? The wagon continues rolling gently across the waves, which seems to you a welcome change of pace after having come from flagging hands not very long ago. However, Jodario seems more concerned now than before and paces ceaselessly. When she notices Ruki, she stops him for some questioning. Greentail, how is he doing? Who, Edwin? Oh, he's pretty much the same. Been up all night, retching into the waters if I had to guess. First time out at sea? His first. Turns to you. Reader, please check on Hedwin when you have the opportunity. He requires our support, and we require his swift recovery. You wish them a good afternoon as you check up on the others in the group. Later you find Hedwin looking out of sorts. Oh, hello, my friend. Just, sea hasn't been good for me, I guess. It's funny. All this trouble, just to get back to the Commonwealth of all places. Hey, tell me something. What do you miss the most about that place? Friends. Your life was almost always difficult, but several of your lifelong confidants did help you get by. You tell them that there were those who did support you over the years, and that it pains you now to be apart from them. Yeah, I hear you, friend. Someone I miss terribly back there myself. I'm sure that when you make it out of there, loved ones will be waiting. Anyway, I'll be fine, I think. Thank you for checking up on me. He says he wishes to be alone. There's not much to be done for him now. Too ill to conduct the next rite. May get well soon. I'm sorry for my interruption, reader. Please again confirm the next point on our voyage. Where are we going? The celestial landmark you seek is beyond this strait. Music picked up. Oh, that's much nicer. Water is blue instead of green. Crashed. By the scribes, the sea. I didn't know it was so beautiful. Having escaped the waters of Worm Gulf, you can now see what must be the hulk of Ores far off on the horizon. Not everyone is taken well to the sea voyage, however. Tizo was wondering if Hedwin's feeling better. It requires further rest, Tizo. All we can do is wish him a swift recovery. Reader, sir, from this point our voyage must diverge from Bertrude's instructions. Please consult with your companions about which course to take. Let's see. Undertaking pass. North current toward the Hulk of Ores runs as quick as Under King Ores himself. They believe 8 scribes shall bless you here. Fathomless Trench. The south current toward the Hulk of Ores seems efficient of their sea life. We're following the Imp's advice. I feel like he would have good directions. Let's get some tasty fish. The sea is peaceful for the most part, save for the occasional strange shimmers beneath the surface. You realize the lone minstrel is looking down at them along with you. No shapes down there. Some must be worms of the Sea Dominion cast into exile. Sea Dominion, a vast and war-torn undersea regime, home to untold numbers of amphibious worms. Having conquered their waters, the worms clambered onto the Commonwealth shores in search of new wars. Gotta fight. I understand they tirelessly fought at the Commonwealth's wars, having grown wary of their own. They must make They must make worthy adversaries. Izo appears to have spotted something tasty. Izo dives without warning into the nest below. There he goes again. No one enjoys being at sea despite its perils. Eventually, the little imp resurfaces, clutching something in his claws. A spotted slit. You can always sell it. Wow. It's worth 90. Nice. Worth it. I am money-minded. At least in video games. At last you arrive at the Hulk of Ores. After journeying across the sea, it seems the next rite is to commence here soon. Though there is no sign of your next adversaries yet. Age revealed. Down the river. Oh, hey guys! What are you out here? Right in the middle of the drink. Know what I mean? Not a lot of customers today, so have a look. I'll give you a good deal. What you got for me? Seed. Only 3. Worth it. What is this? Born to Knot. When overcasting raises the bear's maximum range by 8. I'll grab that. It's a cheaper one and it has a pretty good effect. So let's just grab it. See you guys again sometime soon, okay? Because I gotta say you're my favorite customer I've had all week. You're my favorite customer I had all week? With a question mark? Black Wagon. What's up? Reader, a moment of your time. Vassal's on her mind. Edwin, he's beginning to recover from his illness. However, its sudden onset serves as a reminder, I believe. I have known Hedwin since he was a child. Even now, I hesitate to say that he has grown. Nevertheless, there are such things that even I would never say to him directly. For instance, I struggle with his confidence at times. Whether he leads us to our freedom or our doom, I am ambivalent. Speak not a word of this to him, of course, in case that is unclear. I shall tell him in my own way, if and when the time requires. In any case, when times remind me of his mortal weakness, I end up having to consider what should happen should we become separated permanently. He trails off for a while. What I mean to say is, you should know that I am fully pledged now to this quest of ours, whether Hedwin is the one to lead us to its end or not. I have my reasons. One of them is him. I expect the same holds true for you. That is all I wish to say. Take care, reader. He nods and brushes past you toward the door. I mean, my whole thing is that I guide others to something that I can't possess. Because it seems like the gods will not let me out of here very easily, at least. Let's see. Silver Cudgelhead. A limbless, cold-blooded creature rescued from the sea. It is fully grown and has led a rich life. Interactable plates. What is this? Nautical bell. Among the Black Wagon seafaring equipment. Edmund uses it to signal when food is ready. Oh, you just keep right on ringing that bell, chum. Keep at it. Ruki seems to be taking issue with your frivolous use of the nautical bell. After all, there's no sign of a nautical emergency, nor a prepared meal. Oh, I know it's not mealtime. It's fine. I'm starting to really enjoy the constant ringing sound, though. Now that it doesn't mean anything to me or anyone anymore. Besides, ringing that bell is probably some good exercise, right? And it's good training for my ears, too. You know we curs have an ultra-sensitive hearing, don't you? Well, not anymore, I don't. Anyway, thanks. I mean that. He storms off. Ruki shall never forgive you for abusing the nautical bell. Then so be it. Ruki reappears laughing heartily. He was only joking. Probably. Okay, stop it, chum. I'm not kidding. It's bugging me. Please? I guess that's it then. Alrighty then, let's read. Book time. Alright. Down the river. Emperor Soliam Mur knew not of this, of course. His expedition yielded not the treasure he desired, but brought him closer to his country than he had ever been before. As he traveled down the river Slorian in pursuit of greed, he found himself instead an inkling of shame. He saw the sunken faces of his people, heard their words for him. In time, he could not ignore it. It proved more than he could bear. The river finally claimed him, his belongings, and his retinue. Once the people heard, I understand they cried with joy. Perhaps he ought to have perished, but mercy shown to him, I think, is what transformed him. Do I even have any information on these guys yet? Okay, I have some information here. So, astral sign, Lenoriel. He was born on the 29th of the 7th moon, suggesting he is devoted and faithful. One's astral sign often foretells one's disposition, strength, and idiosyncrasies. Cool. So, crime, desertion. He fled the Bloodboar's north front without leave and did not return. As mercy guides our hand, we spare your lives but rid ourselves of you from the sentencing ceremony. His motive is insurrection. The records state he wished to relay Commonwealth military secrets to the enemy. In the downside, once passed tends not to be a subject for discussion. So, the crime and the motive. And he was exiled 5 years ago. Everyone has survived for 5 years in the downside, thus far. It is a life sentence. Some will stand the downside for no longer than a day. A day or two, while others last for many, many years. Let's see. So the biography, I think, got expanded now. Unwell. While serving in the Bloodboar, he, by chance, had a run with a lone enemy harp. They each felt a powerful connection to escape together rather than fight each other to the death, as would have been expected. He lost contact with her after their encounter and left his post in search of her, but he was caught and exiled. In the downside, he found Jodario, who looked after him when he was a child. In time, he caught wind of an unbelievable rumor and first heard the name of Sandalwood. She is definitely the most mysterious. Not applicable. So, crime, not applicable. He appears to have been born in the downside, thus was not bound by Commonwealth law. His mercy guides our hand. Okay. Wait. There we go. Okay, so all of these are the same, like, description. So, race, imp. Ravenous creatures indigenous to the downside, a scant few of which possess a higher intellect. Stand between the imp and its appetite if you wish to be eaten. Downside proverb. Rive imp. Imps specially trained operate the intricate machinery in the black wagons of downside. They are born and raised in the downside to operate black wagons and keep the other fauna well in check. So, observations. So he doesn't have biography, just observations. Oh, I see. It goes from observations and changes to biography when you get the information. Okay. Imps are known for having superior appetites, but not for having much in the way of intellect. This particular imp defies all such common understanding and seems to be deeply connected to the Black Wagon of the Nightwings, and perhaps the rites themselves. You and he quickly formed an understanding. Oh, wait. Orb. Got any scribe trial? Oh, what's on her mind? There's an undulation I have sensed, reader, which means I think that your black wagon sails the seas. Am I not right? Of course I am. She laughs at this, or at herself perhaps. I scarce remember the sea. It has been a little while since I bathed in it, you understand? My memories that are wistful nonetheless. If I remember correctly, the Sea of Solace is a disgusting mockery of the Emerald Seas near the Empire. The Empire of Sar dominated the known world for millennia, till the doomed reign of Soliam Mur. Never shall we make the wicked errors of our predecessors. the Archjustice Androboles the Fourth. Do be careful out there, will you? Now, let me cease my prattling lest they extend my sentence by another such eternity or two. We had best stick to business. Okie dokie. Alright, let's commence the right. Where are our opponents coming from? I mean, if there are no opponents, then we just automatically win, right? If they're not here in 15 minutes, we're legally allowed to leave. Having landed at the Hulk of Ores, you and your fellow exiles now anticipate the hour that the rites are to commence again. What do you think, Tizo? Don't I look just like Mr. Hedwin? Tizo is worried that Hedwin is still feeling unwell. Wait, I think... What's that? A serpentine creature emerges from the water, followed by several others of its kind. You recognize it as a worm of the Sea Dominion. What they are all doing here you see plain by their ritual raiments. The nearest one somehow loosens its mask. Oh geez, it's like a weird Cyclops thingy. Good sirs and good ladies, so it is you that heed the summons to glorious competition against this knight and his brigade. Well then, let us do battle without delay. For more than our freedom is at stake here, but our very honor, and this knight fully intends to reclaim his. Oh, and lest this knight forget, he is called Sir Gilman. He salutes you on behalf of all the Pyre hearts until the contest. So, Sir Gilman, he's a once proud knight of the Sea Dominion on a self-made quest to regain his honor. And Pyre hearts, a triumvirate of worm knights who perceive their rights as great battles to be won. I like Sir Gilman. He splashes out of view just as the stars above begin to shimmer with a strange light. Which means it's time to play some sports ball.
Relentless, aren't we, reader?
Hell yeah.
Even the vastness of the sea was not enough to thwart your coming.
Okay, how do we pronounce it?
Unto the Hulk of Ores.
I was right.
You would be wise not to
Ores.
underestimate your adversaries here, despite their pitiable look.
Oh.
I am, of course, referring to the Pyre hearts. These rites are but another war to them, and that makes you their mortal enemy.
Oh, we're on
Expect your battle to be glorious.
on a ship deck with some gaps. And we have a new Pyre location. They're stuffed in the corners. Your fellow exiles are gathered on the rotting deck of the Hulk of Ores. As your adversaries clamber into view, Rookie paws up to them. Say, what are you worms even doing here? Can't you just swim back to the Commonwealth or the Sea Dominion or wherever it is you're from? Excellent point. It seems that these adversaries and the rights are clever, wouldn't you say, sire? Worm Knight. Just get rid of them already, Gilman. As your commanding officer, this knight hereby commands it. Hark! This knight wishes to introduce his noble commander. The Worm Knight in history has withstood as many frontline battles. Doff your helms, sire, as is our custom. May our adversaries tremble at the sight of you. Sir Gilman attends to his commander's mask, despite his protests. Nice head of hair. Also the acoustic guitar. Just, given the sea shanty. Oh, wait! Give the knight his mask. This knight hereby presents you the great Sir Deluge. A noble visage, is it not? He is a petty worm knight of the Sea Dominion. Oh, that eyeball. Who somehow survived countless battles. Oh, jeez. Sir Deluge trembles and squirms. So, yes. Hey, you can swim, or no? Of course we knights can swim. All knights of the Sea Dominion can. But we are exiles in this land, same as he. We can swim, 'tis true, but 'tis summarily impossible to swim back up the river down which we are flushed to end up here. Nay, there's but one way to return. Silence, Gilman! Nobody cares. Back to your post. Sir Gilman hesitates, but does as he is told. This knight knows who you are, Nightwings, and he is not afraid of you. He somehow climbs back into his mask and coils up to his full height. Now, on guard! The exiles of the Worm Triumvirate take their positions as you focus on the Book of Rites. It's a very interesting enemy team. Those are some small auras. Reader, Hedwin's illness means he cannot help us here. He shall be counting on us.
Who shall stand together here
Good question.
this night?
Cool, drag to upgrade. I can't fucking see the rest of the list thanks to that. There we go. So what does this give? Oh, gives him a lingering aura. Sure, I'll give him that. A legendary item. Why not? Let's see. Gnashing his teeth and howling as with joy, the brazen Alpha Chief threw himself at danger. I am very curious at how the enemy team is going to be playing. There we go. And choose Faye, Jadario,
Jodariel.
and Ruki.
The choice is cast.
No way these word night bells are faster than me. Gilman, status report. What's the enemy's position? They now stand ready to confront us, sire. A very brave triumvirate they seem to this night's eye. Brave? They're sucking monsters, one and all. Pyre hearts, be ready!
Commence.
Oh.
Somebody get the orb.
Or... Gotcha.
Banished from this place.
Nope.
The Nightwings thus assert themselves.
Alright.
Yes. Ah, yes. A braver than expected act from Sir Deluge.
You get unique stuffs.
Good. Banishment for all.
What?
There. What happened there?
Oh. There we go.
All banished. So fiercely fought.
Oh, they got me. There we go.
They did it.
Come on. Your former Safi. Take them as though your miserable life is on the line. Your words do wound me, sire. This knight gives every right his very, very best. Though perhaps we have much to learn from a brave triumvirate as the one whom we now face. Whose side are you on? Get out there and vanquish him at once. Our adversaries stand divided. Let us take advantage of the opening.
There seems to be dissension in your adversary's ranks. 'Tis little wonder these fool worm knights on Pyre weaken.
Fast talker. Using Rookie deals 200 fire damage.
Engulfed within the aura. They
House.
flung the orb into the flame.
Alright.
Now go on, just once more. Gilman banished.
Dang it.
Unfortunately.
I keep forgetting the controls when it matters.
A mere attempt. All of the Pyre hearts are gone. You have it.
Oh, they are so fast.
Headlong goes Sir Gilman into flame.
Wow.
Twas
What the
dangerous
fuck happened there?
And it is done.
I definitely do better just
The Nightwings
running
prevail.
straight into there.
A rite conducted with aplomb. The rite
I'm
is
very bad at
ended.
passing. I see, I was making me a little queasy, honestly. But we still won. We won. I expected more from the Worm Knights of the Sea Dominion. Those worms are quick, alright, but Rookie Greentail's quicker. The knight commends you, noble Nightwings. Gloriously fought indeed, and this knight shall wistfully remember this defeat until the end of his days. Silence, Gilliman! This is all your fault, and now cavorting with our enemies. How dare you? This knight was but attempting honorary compliments, sire. Is it not in accordance with the rights to praise one's adversary on a worthy outcome? Worthy? This knight will show you worthy, you miserable minnow. You are a failure, Gilman. Now, get now from this knight's sight. Don't treat him like that.
Stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles.
Oh, so like if you don't use them, they get more inspiration. So it's like encouragement to like kind of flip-flop around with your choices, I guess.
Until the stars align.
Maybe. That was fun, though. After triumphing over the Pyre hearts with the plume, you at last return to the wagon with your companions. There is little discussion of the Pyre hearts, who seem to have already swam off toward wherever Nexus Stars directed them. Instead, your fellow exile's attention turns toward your companion who is absent for the rite. How is Hedwyn? The lone minstrel makes a sound, but no words form as yet. Something is troubling him. I urged him to remain bedridden. And he simply would not listen. I'm very sorry, but... Wait, what? Everyone stares at the lone minstrel in stunned silence. The lone minstrel breathes a heavy sigh. Then, hey, it's a long fades, everyone. Minstrel, I should wring that neck of yours. I was attempting to explain. Hedwyn is already up and about, despite my having strongly recommended further rest. Those that aren't accustomed to sea voyage and take ill are very likely to experience further symptoms if they do not remain bedridden, or at least sedentary. Hedwin is running a considerable risk of having to spend another night in great discomfort. What are you, a doctor? Nay. Although I travel with one extensively. Look, I appreciate your caution and concern, Tarek, but I'm pretty well accustomed to discomfort here, and I had to see how things turned out tonight. I haven't had to stay out overnight like that before. So you are back among the living then, Hedwin. I was just seasick. Nevertheless, your full recovery requires rest. I think we could all use some rest after tonight. Anyway, thank you everyone for your concern, and I'm sorry that I worried you or caused you further burden. He turns to you. My friend, what do you say we figure out where to go next? I'm beginning to miss being on solid ground. We follow him outside to where the night sky awaits. Hey, I wanted to thank you for conducting the rite back there without me being there. I could rest easy knowing you and the others would get through it. Anyway, I'll leave you to your reading. I begin to imagine where we'll be off to next. We're well past anywhere in the downside I've ever been. Even Jody hasn't gone this far. You bids you good evening as you turn your attention back to the sky. And once again seek our destination. Further north. I assume there's like no other stars, right? Yeah. It is a stone unicorn that got like holes blasted in it. Still further north then. Not simply north. It shall prove difficult. What's the problem? Our destination is beyond the deathless tempest. A vessel such as ours has little hope of traversing it intact. A tempest raging in the Sea of Solace seemingly for all eternity. The storm that arose after the death of the Sea Titan unfathomed Furness never has entirely subsided. And we go around it? Given our confrontation with the Pyre Hearts, our chances back in worm-held waters would be even worse. Come on, people. It'll just be another day in the downside. Go get yourself some sleep while we still can. Bet you'll feel better in the morning. Your optimism is infectious, isn't it? You all concur that rest is in order, for the sea journey has been taxing to everyone. From daybreak, you shall have to find a way to sail past the deathless tempest. Alright. So, it's a shorter stream. I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna call it here for tonight. We'll fully recover from the sea sickness next time. Till then, have a good night.